Hello, good morning. Welcome to Business. In our first story this morning, the International Monetary Fund will today begin engaging some government institutions and officials to review the country's performance so far under the Extended Facility Program. The review by the visiting IMF team has been described as crucial because of its impact on the April completion date. Jojo Afi has more in the following report.
The mission is coming at a time that the country struggled with its 7th review, making it difficult for the IMF board consideration. For some, this was important to aid the final 8th review by the IMF to end the 3-year program in April this year. Sources say there are issues with the country's economic data for the program completion and how challenges with last year's revenue shortfalls could impact on the deficit numbers. We also understand there are concerns about whether the required structural reforms have been done to aid program completion and whether the Bank of Ghana can indeed complete the total cleanup of the banking and non-banking sectors before April 2019. Sources say if the staff visit doesn't end well with the final board meeting on Ghana's program, it could affect efforts to complete the program as scheduled, unless the country gets some waivers or another extension could happen. The IMF team would engage officials of the Bank of Ghana, meet the governors of the central bank, the finance minister Ken Ofori-Atta, and technical officials of the Bank of Ghana and the finance ministry. They also expected to engage Vice President Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia.
Well, next to the Ghana Amalgamated Trust and issues to do with the composition of the board, we've had several unions complain about NAT and the fact that it could affect their pension funds. Well, Joy Business has been speaking to the executive secretary of NAT, who has been saying that there should be a look at the board so that it does not affect the pension funds of teachers. Let's listen to that interview.
Again, since these are pension funds and we are investing for the future, we must ensure that they are properly invested. We must ensure there's proper governance structure. If you are turning out loans to people, what are the securities? Are you sure that after the person has given you enough guarantees and the person defaults, are you able to go for this, whatever the guarantees, and make back your money? These are very serious matters that we need to talk about. I think the last time we met them, we raised these issues, and they are going to come back to us again for us to have a finality to the discussion. But for now, yes, in principle, we don't have a problem with that. But we have to be involved in how our monies are used to prop up these banks.
You think fair representation on the board will solve the issue and will make sure that they use the money properly?
Well, that is one.
Okay.
Now, if we are being asked to sacrifice, sure, as Ghanaians, we should look at it positively. But we want to see what is done with our monies. GAT board, how many worker representatives are on the board to ensure that the monies we put in there are put to the use for which the GAT itself has been established. The banks that ought to be supported, my understanding is that NIB needs about 1.5 billion. So if you're going to take 1.5 billion of the teachers' pension to NIB, are you going to give us representation on the NIB board to ensure that these monies, when given to the bank, will be used judiciously to ensure that we rake in the necessary revenue that we need to protect our pension funds?
All right, that'll be all for business. We'll be back again on JoyNews today.